The Las Vegas Raiders are making strategic moves to bolster their roster ahead of the NFL Draft, giving them increased flexibility when it comes to draft day decisions. In the offseason, the Raiders have been active in both free agency and retaining key players. Notable moves include letting running back Josh Jacobs go, while also securing starters like center Andre James and running back Amir Abdullah. The addition of defensive lineman Christian Wilkins further strengthens the team. With these acquisitions, General Manager Tom Telesco has positioned the Raiders with more options heading into the draft. While there are still areas for improvement, such as the offensive line and wide receiver unit, many pressing needs have been addressed. The Raiders have opted for a running back by committee approach and have promising talent at tight end and quarterback positions. As they fine-tune their offense, attention now turns towards bolstering their budding defense. Wilkins' arrival fortifies the defensive line, while the linebacking core could benefit from additional depth. However, using the 13th overall pick on a linebacker seems unlikely. Overall, the Raiders are primed to focus on enhancing their defense further in the draft. With a solid foundation in place, the team looks poised to make strategic moves that will solidify their position as contenders in the league. Stay tuned as the draft approaches for more updates on the Raiders' draft strategy. Hashtag Raider Nation American Football Collision. As the NFL draft approaches, the Las Vegas Raiders find themselves in a favorable position. Their proactive approach in free agency has allowed them to address key areas of concern, paving the way for a more nuanced draft strategy. With a solid foundation in place across much of the roster, the Raiders have the luxury of flexibility come draft day. While many teams may feel compelled to trade up or stick with their original pick, the Raiders can afford to explore all options. One notable aspect of their offseason maneuvers is the emphasis on building a balanced team. By adopting a running back by committee approach and securing promising talent at tight end, the Raiders are positioning themselves for offensive success. The competition at quarterback also adds intrigue to their offensive dynamics. On the defensive side of the ball, the addition of Christian Wilkins has injected strength into the defensive line. However, there may still be opportunities to bolster the linebacking core and secondary. With the 13th overall pick, the Raiders have the chance to add a difference maker to their defense, although they may opt to address other areas of need. Overall, the Raiders' offseason moves reflect a calculated approach to roster building. By shoring up key positions and remaining flexible heading into the draft, they demonstrate a commitment to long-term success. As draft day approaches, anticipation builds among Raider Nation for the next chapter in the team's evolution. Stay tuned for more updates as the offseason unfolds. Hashtag Just Win Baby American Football Collision.